Hi, this is Rob. I'm going to be showing you how to do the exercises that go along with the video lesson about perimeter. Are you ready? Let's go. For our first problem, we need to find the perimeter of this triangle. And if you remember from the video lesson, the perimeter is just the total length all the way around a polygon. So we just add up the length of each side together and we'll have the perimeter. All right, so we have 8 plus 12 plus 15. All right, so let's add that up. We have 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Put a 5 there. Carry the 1. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So we have 35, but not just 35. We have the M there telling us that these are meters. So it's 35 meters. And a good way to write it is to put P for perimeter equals 35 meters. And now we need to find the perimeter of this rectangle. And since rectangles have pairs of sides that are the same length, we can do a shortcut, and instead of adding up 4 separate numbers, we can just group these together. We have 10 plus 10, or 2 times 10. So we have 20 for these two edges. And then 7 plus 7 is 14 for those two edges. So we can save a little time, don't have to add up 4 separate numbers. So we just add up these two numbers. So 0 plus 4 is 4, 2 plus 1 is 3. So now we have 34, and they're not just, 34 nothings, they're 34 inches. So let's write this out as P for perimeter equals 34 inches. For this problem, we need to find the perimeter of this polygon. Now this polygon has a lot of edges, and so there's a lot of numbers we have to add up, but other than that, it's exactly the same as the other ones we were doing. All right, so let's put our measurements here. So we have 17 centimeters, we have 10 centimeters. We'll just go around in a circle. Doesn't matter which direction you go as long as you get all the numbers. All right, so we have 17, 10, 5, 4, 12, and 6. All right, so we need to add all those up. So the only trick here is being careful that we add these up correctly. So we have 7 plus, I'll do this step by step so it's a little easier to follow. So 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. So we put in the 4, and then we carry the 2, put the 2 up at the top of the next column. So now we have 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 5. So our answer is 54, but not just 54, it's 54 centimeters. So we can write out the answer here separately, so it's really clear what our answer is. P for perimeter equals 54 centimeters. And now we need to find the perimeter of this polygon. This also has a lot of edges, but you might notice that 4 of these edges all have the same length. 8 feet, 8 feet, 8 feet, and 8 feet. So we can do a little shortcut here, and instead of just adding up, a row of 5 separate numbers, we can add up all these at the same time with multiplication, because that's just repeated addition. 4 times 8 equals 32. So then we can add that with the measurement left over, 14 feet. So we have 32 plus 14. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So 46 is our answer, but not just the number 46, 46 feet. So let's go ahead and write that out like we were before. P equals 46 feet. And here we have, find the perimeter of this regular pentagon. So regular means that the length of each of its sides is going to be the same. And there's 5 sides. We know that because it's called a pentagon, and we can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that each of those 5 sides is going to be 12 kilometers long. Those are really long sides. You can see why keeping track of what unit of measurement you're using is important. All right, so to find 5 sides, all of the same length, 12 kilometers, we just multiply 5 times 12, and that gives us 60. But not just 60, it's 60 kilometers. So let's write, we'll put it down here. P for perimeter equals 60 km, kilometers. And now we need to find the perimeter of this regular octagon. So it's just like our last problem, except it's an octagon, and so there's 8 sides. And each side has a length of 3 inches. So we just go 3 times 8, and that equals 24. So we just write that out as P for perimeter equals 24. Don't forget, 24 what? 24 inches. So perimeter equals 24 inches. And now we need to find the perimeter of this polygon. And it says, use what you do know to find the side that you don't know. So we just have a question mark right here. So we don't know the length of this yet. But we can see that this length and this length would equal it. Because like if you take this one and bring it down, and this one and bring it down, they equal this length right here. So this length is 7 miles plus 5 miles. So we have 7 plus 5 equals 12 miles for this length right here. So now we just add up the lengths of each individual side just like before. So we'll start with 12, and then we'll go 7, 5, 4, another 7, and 3. So we add up all those together. So let's do it. We'll just go down and accumulate like before. So we have 2 plus 7 equals 9. 9 plus 5 equals 14. 14 plus 4 equals 18. 18 plus 7 equals 25. 25 plus 3 equals 28. So we put an 8 in our answer line. Then we carry the 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. So the total of all of these sides together is 38, but not just 38, 38 miles. So let's write that out. P for perimeter equals 38 miles. And finally, we need to find the perimeter of this shape right here. And it's very similar to our last problem because we're missing one of the sides, and we're going to need to use the other sides to figure out what that length is. But instead of adding up 2 sides to get the length, we need to subtract one of them from the other. Because this length here is this length plus this length. So if we take this length away from this length, we'll get this length. So I know that's saying the word length a lot, but hopefully that all made sense. So let's see. So we have 9 meters minus 6 meters will give us this length here. So we have 9 minus 6 equals 3 meters. So this length is 3 meters. All right, so now we just add up all the lengths like we do normally. So let's go ahead and start with the one we just figured out. Let's start with 3. Add 10, 6, 15, 9, and 5. All right, so we're going to add all those up. So we have 3 plus 0 is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 9 is 23. 23 plus 5 is 28. So we put 8 in the answer line, and we carry the 2. Go all the way back up here, carry the 2. 2 plus 1 is 4. So 4 goes in the answer line. So 48 is the total of all of these lengths, but it's not just 48, it's 48 meters. So let's write this out here. P perimeter equals 48 meters.